Chapter 43. With her grocery budget only two-thirds of what it used to be before Jan stopped working for the Red Warners, shopping at Pathmark became a taxing experience. Nothing like in the days when she first came to America, the time when she used to rush through the store excitedly thinking, Mamma mia, so much food, so many choices, all in one place. The only thing she hated about grocery shopping back then was the prices. They made no sense. Three plantains for $2. Why, $2 in Cameroon was approximately 1,000 CFA francs. And for that amount, as recently as in the early 2000s, a woman could buy groceries to feed her family three good meals. She could buy a pile of cocoyam for 400 CFA francs, smoked fish for 250, vegetable for 100, about 6 ounces of palm oil for 100, crayfish and spices with the rest of money, go home and make a large pot of porter cocoa that would fill her family and for lunch and dinner. And there would still be a little left over for the children to eat the following morning before going to school. If the woman was smart, she would make the food extra spicy so the children would have a sip of water with every bite, get full faster, and the food would last longer. It seemed illogical to Nanny that the same amount of money in America could buy only three plantains, which wasn't enough to feed Jan alone for one day. She hadn't expected the price in New York to be the same as the in Limp, but she found it difficult not to be bothered whenever she bought a pound of shrimp for the equivalent of 5,000 CFA francs. The monthly rent for a room with a shared outdoor bathroom and toilet for all the residents in Cabaret building. You have to stop comparing prices, Jen advised her whenever she brought her the issue. You keep on comparing prices like that, he'd say, you will never buy anything in America. The best thing to do in this country whenever you enter a store is to ignore the exchange rate, ignore the advertisement, ignore what everyone else is eating and drinking and talking about these days, and buy only things that you need. She began doing so, and after perhaps her 10th visit to Pathmark, she stopped thinking about the exchange rate and learned how to plan meals around what was on sale. In those first ends in New York, she always walked the 13th Street blocks north and 3 Avenue blocks west to get to the store, pushing a shopping cart with one hand and holding Naomi with the other, both of them wearing matching floral spring jackets Jen had bought before their arrival. They walked leisurely whenever the weather allowed so she could take in as much of Harlem as possible. The brownstone with black railing satisfied Patron, admiring their hairdos in beauty parlors. Friendly old men nodding hello, happy Halimate smiling at her. Jan had warned her to be careful walking northward because there was talk of gangs and shootings in the housing project around 145th. But because she never saw anyone with a gun, she walked without worries, going past young and old chatting on street corner. At Pathmark, even after her first visit, she was impressed with the American way of shopping. The queues at checkout, everyone calmly awaiting their turn. The orderly aisle with prices next to product, so shopper could easily do a comparison for the best value. The superfluous transparency of food manufacturers, while not only attractively packed product from cornflake to tea to canned meat, but also provided information on what was and wasn't in the food. Some manufacturers going as far as applying detail on what the product could and couldn't do about it. No matter what time of day she went, regardless of how many people were in the store, she found the shopping experience fascinating, weirdly serene, almost unlike what a market shopping experience should be, completely unlike the lean market, which was why she missed the equivalence and disorderliness of her hometown open-air market. As much she loved Pathmark, shopping there made her wish she could be back in the midst of the spectacle that happened on Tuesday and Friday in her hometown. Those were the days when the stalls that were only half moon on other days filled up with smoked fish and crayfish on one hand, plantain and cocoyams and vegetable on another end, and with the second-hand clothes from Douala next to the flesh of cow slaughtered that morning, she missed the early morning rush to get the fresh is produce and the pushing and shoving a married woman determined to pick the best Oki- Orica clothes for their husband and children. She missed the plea from traders asking shoppers to choose them over competitors and the cunning bargaining that ensued between buyer and sellers. How much for this bunch plantains? A buyer could ask. Give me 3,000, my sister, the seller would say. 3,000? Why, I give you 700. No, my sister, 700 no correct. I beg, give me 1,800. No, I give you 950. If you no want, I go leave 'em. Okay, okay, take 'em. I only give you for this price because I don't ready for go house. I see you cunning man. Be cunning, my sister, not true. I know go make any profit today. But how man could do? And Limmer, she missed the joy of walking away, knowing she had negotiated a good deal for a bag of rice. There was no haggling in Pathmark. The owner stated the price and no one dare challenge them. It was as if they were supreme in deity, which was pity because if she could bargain, she would find a way to make her new grocery budget work. Her family now had to eat a lot of chicken gizzard and save drumsticks for special occasion. Naomi would soon have to start eating pop-up breakfast instead of honey nut Cheerios, and Jen would need to start drinking less Mountain Dew and more water. As for herself, she would have to hold on tightly to the memories of the shrimp she had had in the Hampton because until good money started coming in again, there would be no shrimp dinners, not even Sunday on holidays. Thinking of shrimp, so as she walked through the store made her think of Anna and the brunch they had worked together. Cindy had told them that they could take home the leftovers, and Anna let her take all the food, including the bacon-wrapped shrimp, which she, Jen, and Leomi had let surely finished off that evening. It was also thanks to Anna that she'd had such a successful experience working for Edward's. Anna had called her back every time she left a message saying that she didn't know how to execute an order Cindy had given. Thinking of all this made Nanny wish she and Anna had become friends, but she knew it was no longer possible. Any chance of friendship blossoming had ended the last time they spoke. What you do to Cindy last night, Cindy had said without prelude when she called just before 6 o'clock the morning after Nanny left the Edwards apartment. She appeared to be on the train on her way to work. Anna? Nanny whispered groggily, rising from the bed to go to the living room so as not to awaken her children. I say what you do to Cindy yesterday, Anna repeated. I want to know. Nanny sat on the sofa, her hand on her left breast, which was heavy and painful from too much milk, thanks to Timba starting to sleep through the night at 2 months old. I don't understand what you want to do, she said to Anna. I don't understand what you want to know. I want to know why you come to the house yesterday, what you say to Cindy, why she screamed for me to call 911. I tried to call you, but after you leave, but only get your voice message. I had to get home to my children. Nanny said, okay, you and with your children now. So tell me what happened with you and Cindy. Nanny took a deep breath and shook her head. The audacity of Anna calling at 6 in the morning to interro- interrogate her. You know what, Anna? She said, looking at the bedroom door to make sure it was closed. I don't like to say this to people because I don't like when other people say it to me, but it is not your business. Yes, it is my business, Anna quickly replied. How is it your business? What happened between me and Mrs. Edward? I have my relationship with her. You have your own relationship. If someone come to this house and do something to any of these people, it concerns me. I work for them. I make sure I do everything I can so they happy. You come here last night, you leave. You know what happened after? Well, I want to know what you do to her. And I said again, we had an agreement about something, and I only want to remind her of the agreement. Agreement for what? And I played, you leave this house. And the woman locked herself in bathroom and cried alone for 2 hours. And I said, her voice rising slightly in the train. I tried to go to her. She shouted at me to leave her alone. She said the forward to me, F word to me. Over and over she said F to me. F to we all. Leave her alone. What I do? Maybe she think what you did to her was me and you who did it together. I don't. I call Stacy, beg her to take Mighty somewhere after hockey so he don't seem his mother like this. I don't want him to hear Sandy crying in the bathroom because you do something to her. Please don't make it as if it's all my fault, okay? Also, it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. You know she got problems, Anna says, each word coming out angrier than the preceding one. You know how many problems she got. Wait, you think I don't have problems too? Do you know how many problems I have? So you come yesterday for Cindy to solve your problem? That's that why I see you smile as you leave? Because you make the woman cry after she solve. I did not come for anyone to solve my problems. If I have things that I'm not happy with, I find a way to make them better. I solve my own problem. You think because I don't think anything in any side. If Mrs. Edward is not happy with her life, let her solve her own problem. I'm tired of people wanting me to care about them more than I care about myself and my family. Nobody asks you to not care for yourself. Yes, you and Mrs. Ezra do. That is what you called me this morning to say, to make me feel bad because Miss Ezra has big problem and I should worry about her. I only want to know. I'm sorry, Anna, but if Mr. Edward wants to change your life, then let her go find a way to be happy, and I hope she finds a way to be happy very soon because I feel really sorry for her.